Hi. Hi guys. I don't know what the audio's like. But yeah, hi. This is oh, Alex. Hi Alex. I've got chat on the phone, so if audio fine for right now, no worries. So hi Reach, and I'm assuming silent. No, there are no refills on the cake. Chef Beaz. Oh my God. Hello Riley. There it is. It's happening. And stream. Well, hello there. Hi, Max. So yeah, if my name pops up in chat, it's going to be Danny because he's the control room at the moment. He's operating the computer. Taste of my cooking is key, right? Give me your address and I'll come and taste. Or, so yeah, Danny's operating that. Oh, do you want to start Stream Raiders too? So we're still up. So excited. So a couple of things. We still are doing the Stream Raiders. So that will be happening as well. Occasionally we may mute the mic with things like the food processor making a lot of noise because I don't want to deafen you guys. It'll only be while that's on so that you know dealing with that. Three or four. Max, I'm making a Blackforest gâteau. It may not even be close to what you were expecting, but that's okay.
3 or 4 pills.
3 or 4 what?
Pills, 3 get.
Oh, 3 or 4. Oh, you pick it. Fine.
4 spells it is.
4 skulls it is. So we're going for 4 skulls.
Yes.
I'd like to place my order Danny at control.
Sorry, I don't order. With this cake, you have to bake yourself.
Hey, I say we keep it in check. Stop moping about. So yeah. First things first, before we do anything, Riley and I assume Luke is either watching or you're relaying messages. If you're baking along with me, make sure you preheat your oven to 180 degrees. Do that now. Do it. So we will have multiple camera angles. I've got a closer bench one, as you can see, and got this beautiful angle of me and my apron. So yeah. So yeah, how is everyone? How's things? So this is something that I was meant to start actually doing a cooking stream back when I reached 800 followers, I think it was, and so now I'm at 1300 followers, and I'm finally doing that. Mainly because Riley bullied me into it, but that's okay. And he's just get a new overlay. So yeah. Once again, still on Pixel but it's good. How are you? I love this in my case. I'm tired and anxious because of my mum doing a Corona party. Ew, that seems alright. Well, hopefully I can distract you a bit, Max. So yeah, I'll be the first one to admit I'm a little nervous. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually I did this for 8-9 years. I owned my own business, so I have actually got experience cooking and that, but I've never done it for an audience, and that's so that's gonna be interesting. I won't do any cooking myself. Don't get Sapphire Kitchen. Well, that's why I don't want Alex cooking either, because we end up with pizzas that look like steering wheels. But anyway. Okay. Well, so what we're going to start with, you can jump over to the main one. So we're going to start with the chocolate cake for the Black Forest gâteau, because I want that to have time to cool.
And the fact that he's in this box, so I need to be there.
So, now, these recipes will be made available for the stream at some stage. Most of the recipes I use are up here. So, I've got to try and memorize what I'm actually doing. And weigh, because I don't weigh anything. All right. So anyway, so you'll need to grab a mixing bowl. And the good thing about this recipe is that it's not your typical sponge recipe. It came from a cookbook that I got from, I think, my grandmother. And so it's a really easy recipe. It's called a 3-minute sponge. And it's literally called that because you beat it with a beater for 3 minutes. So what you need to do is you need a cup of sugar. I've got to remember where I put that.
Which one are you making first?
Why? Who's already left behind? Riley, are you left behind already? Or is it? Hang on.
No, but you just didn't say it.
Is it here? I said we're making the chocolate cake for the.
Then I'm behind.
Oh, you're behind.
It's fun. I'm getting excited.
Few people have had my creme brulee cheesecake, but all right. So, all right. So I need some butter. Also, I made this fun. So, like, I'm not going to be super serious about everything. Not sure any babbling on about.
Please, let's not burn down the house.
It's me cooking. It's not him.
Oi!
Do we want to talk about the pea and ham soup?
One time.
The whole apartment building smelled like it was on fire. I came home from work and I honestly thought the building had burnt down. Hi. Sounds pretty unconventional but interesting. What Blackforest, the creme brulee. So, let me know if you're having any issues with seeing anything. All right. So, a cup of sugar. You like our measure in these things, guys, because I don't normally. It's about a cup. Yeah. So, a cup of sugar. Cup of flour, or plain flour, like regular flour. See, every country calls things different. I mean, here it's patent tar bloom, whatever. With tar bloom. So a cup of that. So I apologise if occasionally I decide to go, hang on, that's not the right amount of flour. The other thing with things is like every brand of flour is different, every sugar is different. I know that sounds really odd, but some flours, here I go into my real chefy stuff, some flours have a higher absorption rate of liquid. And that sounds really odd because all flour should be the same, it's not. So occasionally I'll look at a recipe and we'll look at what the mixture and go, it's not quite right. So I'll show you exactly what I would consider the right texture for it, but yeah. Eggs. So this all goes in the same bowl together. Most of the cooking I used to do for my work was simplistic in nature, if that makes sense. Well, for me, it was simplistic. It was easy to create because I had to make a lot of it, large amounts of it. Hopefully, I'm clear enough. So, this is so weird. Like, it's so weird.
Is this where I point out to the general redemption?
Oh yeah, if you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to ask them using the channel redemption thing up here. So feel free to use that. It's only 200 points. Oh god, I've got a knife out, look out. So on top of all that, what?
Oh.
Yeah.
He wasn't friend.
Oh, yeah, Philo's here. He's my glamorous assistant. No, you just want to clean up all the crumbs. Oh, yes. Thank you for the host, pineapple. Now, they measure this in tablespoons, but it's a bit hard to do it in tablespoons when it's a block of butter. You need about 3 tablespoons of butter or margarine.
Don't use
What?
this is Swiss Filo Cam 2021.
Oh, God.
This is not right. Also joined with it. I write it well.
The problem with Philo is 99% of the time he doesn't sit still enough. So the camera would, you'd have to strap a GoPro on it and wirelessly.
But not actually.
What?
I'm probably not like it.
So what you need to do now is melt your butter. So you can do it in the microwave. I can't do it in the microwave at the moment because the microwave is also the oven. So I have to do it on the stove. So you want the butter to be melted. Washing it. Okay. So we'll just get that melting. Are you keeping up, right? Or are you ahead of me and you've already got cake in the oven? Yeah, put this back over here. Okay. Yes. So while that's on a low heat melting, also got cocoa for the cake. It's sorted. Who's doing the work? You, Riley, Luke, or is it a team effort, or is Luke asleep? Luke's just like, wake me up and put cake in my mouth. You're there, right? So we've got cocoa. So it's 2 tablespoons of cocoa. Fairly heated tablespoon. You can put a little bit more because I don't know what it looks like. If your cocoa is fairly like dark, because cocoa is another thing that can be a bit different. You can always add a bit more afterwards. So we may end up with a bit more. It just depends on. If you want a real rich, dark cake. So we're just waiting for our butter to melt. So yeah. There's what? 2 points.
Yeah.
Philo's trying to fly.
Yeah.
Protein. Reach.
Yeah,
Just some of the messages for guys that doesn't. Thank you for the resub. Alright. Oh well.
We need to strap a code video and then create a separate channel just 24/7 footage from that video can video going about life. You're welcome, bitch.
He's not opposed to that idea, are you? Alright. So it's script number 1. So if you've got a hand mixer, that would be useful.
And if you don't,
you got a lot of beating with your hand, I do. I'm sure there's an innuendo in there somewhere. So we'll wait on that.
Also, pineapple, I'm sure, but we can do it.
Can't do what?
For 24/7 can hit.
Well,
because I work a quite sensitive job.
Yeah, he'd be forever sitting there looking at your documents. So butter is now melted, molten.
Thank you.
That can go straight in with this mixture as well. And so now Danny's going to mute the mic for a minute because this is going to be loud. If you've got any questions, ask in the chat and I can answer them. Like I can stop and answer them. So what you have to do now is mix this together for 3 minutes. And then we'll move on to the next step. So So your mixture should kind of be around that sort of colour and that kind of texture, right? So yeah, it's quite thick, but it's not like cement. If it doesn't look like this, don't.
Let's go tell you the rest.
What's that?
Don't tell you the rest.
Who's saying?
No.
Oh, damn. If it doesn't look like this, set fire to it and start again. No. So,
Thanks for this.
what's that?
Thanks for adding.
We already set fire. Alright, so the final ingredient for this mix is baking powder. Not baking soda, baking powder. So you want 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay. Alright, so that's one. And then what you need to do with the baking powder is just mix it in with a spatula. Don't use the mixer because you'll overwork the mixture. And just mix it until it's combined. Something like that. There you go. You keep them up. What the hell's doing? Alright. What's that? That's good. So you'll need this is around a 9-inch or 20, I think it's 22 or 23 centimeter tin. Now what I normally do is get some baking paper. There you go. Baking paper. It's preferable because you're just making it easier on yourself. A pair of scissors here. And so cut some of the paper roughly. Doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's covering the base. Normally what I would do is trace is the pen that I've got one.
It's too good at pen goes.
Pen that works.
Still. I asked you out.
Hi, Simone, how are you? Welcome to my night. Okay, so just trace a circle roughly. Cut it out. The lack of response from Riley worries me.
Yep.
Are you ready?
This is the get I'm getting.
This is the starting point of it anyway. This is the actual cake itself. Now, are you guys sound? And we have got some. We can put background music on the back. It's up to you. Doesn't bother me either way. Spray. What it is. So
Cute spray.
it is very cute. So if you haven't got like a baking spray, you can just use the butter, but just grease the tin. This is mainly to hold paper.
You won't tell the difference between a gâteau and a cake?
Typically, cake is a broad category, and a gâteau is usually a layered cake, like the Blackforest gâteau is. It's usually filled with some sort of filling and a cream, and it's multiple layers. So that's typically the difference between because a cake can be a carrot cake or a banana cake or whatever, but it can also be a Black Forest cake or whatever. Whereas a gâteau or a tort is the other word that's quite often used, is along that lines. But yeah. So this is for your base. As you can see, I've got it in the base of my tin, and then I'll grab another sheet. This is just to make sure that nothing sticks. Where we're going to go. So then you want to just cut some strips like that, and line the sides of your baking of your tin. That's what I'm trying to think of the words then. Like that, roughly. We can use a little bit of baking spray just to hold it in place on the sides while they overlap. Alright, so something like that, doesn't have to be perfect. And then put your chocolate cake mix in. So, this smells really good actually. And then just make sure you spread it out.
No, it's not right.
I'm pretty sure they're dead at this point.
They burnt themselves down.
I was going to say. Riley, give us a sign you're alive. You're worrying me. And then that can go into the oven. Get those trays. No signs from Riley. It's a bit temperamental sometimes.
All the time.
So I've got to keep an eye on it.
You ever seen a bit often?
It varies a bit from oven to oven. Where the frick is the hanging bit? I'd check it in about 20 minutes and then see what it is. The idea is that you should be able to put like a knife in there and come out clean. So if you can put a knife through the center and it doesn't come out with any cake mixture, you're good. But every oven's different. So I'm lazy. So yeah, that's the first part of the gelato, the oven. Is everyone keeping up? How's everyone doing in the chat?
Still the time of life.
I was also saying Riley's dead. I've confirmed Riley's dead. I should check my DMs. It could be filled with Riley panicking.
No.
No. Okay. Cool. Alright, so that's happening. Make sure you always keep your workspace nice and clean.
I'll tell the English word for that.
You mean French word? Mise en place. Mise en place means everything in its place. That's the first thing you're taught as a chef. Is your workspace needs to be organised. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to make the cherry because it needs to be cold. Cool. Gonna do but cold. So I'm really worried I'm leaving Riley and that behind at this point. They are trying to keep up. Right. There's someone Riley.
Let you on that.
See if it's still. Alright. So, well, make some. So, we've got a big jar of cherries. You can use fresh cherries, that would be fine. But I use these because I actually generally like the liquid they're in. I use the whole amount to do my filling. Just gives it a nice flavour. This is about 700 grams. I do have some extra in a separate jar for decoration purposes. But yeah, so you want a big jar.
Looking back at it.
So what's that sound? Put all of that juice and all into the sauce. You want to add a tiny bit of sugar because that liquid is usually quite tart. So probably about a tablespoon of sugar. Just mix that in, and then we put that on the stove, and we get that to.
Alex goes, I didn't burn this.
There you go. So we'll get that to boil. And once it reaches a boil, you need to make, for the lack of a better term, it's a brew, using corn flour and water. You can just use a mug or whatever to mix it in.
Where did next person gluten for Christmas?
What's that?
Where did next person the gluten for Christmas?
What's that?
What's that for? Yes, it's from the old yes.
Who said that? Old fashioned gas. What's old fashioned about it?
It's gas stove.
Oh, I swear by gas cooking. I was going to say, well, electric can be a little inconsistent, and it's hard to control.
Yes, this is so easy.
What?
This stove is so easy.
So about sort of a heaped tablespoon of corn flour, and you want just enough to make it into a bit of a liquid. So, right, and just give that a mix. There we go. So that's ready for when the cherries are brought to the boil. So once the cherries are brought to boil, add this mixture to that a little bit at a time until it reaches a certain consistency, and then that will go into the fridge to chill down, ready to construct the Blackforest cake.
Let's just use an electric.
Okay. Gas is an old fashioned. That's just, yeah. Electric is fine, but in an electric kitchen, it's hard to keep. It's hard to monitor the heat with an electric stove. So, how am I doing alright? How am I doing? Am I doing alright, guys? I'm failing. I feel like I'm failing.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the time to fire for Friday.
I'm worried about those to be set fire to Riley's apartment. Let me DM them on the Discord just in case. I you okay. It's messaging people midstream going, are you okay? Like, why did you just set fire to your kitchen?
Okay, that actually looks pretty. How long we both here with without?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Without it's just until it boils. So you just want to get it to a boil.
Clean cat.
Oh, yeah, run screen pattern.
Want to go around flag?
Yeah. Yeah, just bring it to the boil jelly. And then as soon as it's come to the boil, you can mix in this mixture of corn flour and water slowly until it's thickened up. I'll show you the consistency you want. You don't want it to be too thick, otherwise it'll set like jelly. It'll set like jelly.
Yeah, you're not gonna win this.
No, I don't think I'm going to.
Well, because you're the only person alive.
Oof. There are no signs of life from Riley on anything.
Self-test. Just rerun it.
Yeah, just rerun it. You just use a token.
Do you want me to go? Okay.
Yeah, drop a 10. Jelly, these recipes will be available on Discord at some stage. So, yeah. I mean, probably I might upload these videos to YouTube. I'm not sure yet. Alright, so the cherries just heating up, they're nearly ready. Then once we've done this, this will go into the fridge. And we will move on to carrot paint.
Still the sound of.
Alright.
Thank you for having aspartame pepperoni. Pepperoni now.
Oh, it's fine. Oh my god. Alright, these are nearly ready. They're just starting to come to a boil. We can also put. Oh, that's right. She still hasn't replaced that. Wonderful.
Two things side by side.
See what? Thanks. Alright, these are now come to a boil. So I'm just going to mix these in. This cornflour mixture in. Just a little bit at a time until it thickens up a bit. I might just tweak down a fraction. That's about right. Turn that off. Now, I'll show you on camera. So, what you're wanting to do, now, you got to remember this is hot, like, so it's still a bit liquid, but it starts coating the spoon. Can you see that? As it cools down, it continues to thicken. You don't want it to be too thick at this stage because if you make it too thick now, it will be like it will set instead of being fluid. So yeah. So what we'll do with that now is we'll just put that in a bowl or something. Let's take another saucepan. Like so. We'll just pop this now. If you've got a glass fridge, do not put hot.
That's free.
No, that's the freezer. I'm cheating. You can put it in the. You can put it in the freezer. Just don't forget it's in there. If you're watching this video back in my, you can put it in the fridge. So, yeah. So that's the cherry filling for the Blackforest cake. So, that away.
Since we're saying I live in back in your box.
Well, what's Alex doing now?
He's speaking out of his box.
Oh, we love you, Alex. You're allowed in the box for now.
Hey, that's mistaken though at all. It's awesome.
Which bit?
Bit.
Which cake or the whole thing we're doing today or what? Because that's a very... we're going to be doing this for a few hours.
This cake.
This cake, depends on the cooling time for the sponge. If I had to say like just the pure like effort, it's 10 minutes to make the batter for the cake. Probably about 30 minutes in the oven, depending on what the oven's like. And it's probably about 30 minutes worth of construction time by the time you whip cream for it, by the time you make a cherry filling, but it's going to take longer because obviously you've got to have things to cool down. So there's the cool down time there as well. So it's fairly involved. And this is a simple way. If you make a traditional sponge, it'll take you a lot longer. So yeah. All right. So next we are going to move on to the carrot cake. This carrot cake was a staple. If you're wondering why I keep disappearing off camera, the bin's on that side of the room. This carrot cake was a staple of my business. I couldn't go to a market without this carrot cake. I had regular customers who would come and get this cake. So this carrot cake originally was a Nigella Lawson recipe. For those of you who are in with the yes.
Yes.
What?
DragonBeaz. Jazz.
Oh, Jazz. Hi, Jazz. How are you? So, but I made my own alterations to it. So yeah, those who don't know who Nigella Lawson is, she's quite a famous chef. She specialises in a lot of baked goods and that. But yeah, so this is my adaptation of her original recipe, basically. So he's trying to eat flies, and he's just a mess.
Yes, how you are.
Good. The nerves are gone now. I was a bit nervous about streaming this. Not that I know I can cook, but to teach it is another thing. Alright. So we need another mixing bowl. That would help. Get yourself a mixing bowl, or if you we have lots of them, but if you've only got one, you have to wash the last one and use it. All right, so this requires okay. So first up, it's now there's a few oils you can use for this. Canola oil's fine, vegetable oil's fine. What else is there? Pretty much the only oils avoid are them like sesame oil. Don't use that. I'm talking like cooking oils. Don't use olive oil; it's too rich. But I would recommend canola oil for vegetable oil typically. And crunch if you use sunflower oil, but it might be a bit oily. That sounds weird saying that about an oil, but yeah, I'm using canola oil. So you need, now I'm weighing this, you need 300 grams, and it's a weird thing for a liquid, but 300 grams of oil. Now this recipe you can make in a few different tins. We're doing it in a round one today. I used to make it in a quite large tray. You can also do it as a log tin, but we're going to do it in a round. Okay, so we're looking, getting close. Don't matter if we go over a little bit, but it's random one. Start again. Random one's too much. So yeah. And you need 300 grams white sugar, fine white sugar.
Thank you for the happy anniversary.
There we go. And 4 eggs. Let's have my eggs out. No, let's put them in the fridge.
If you're wondering what he's booing about, okay.
It's rice. So 4 eggs. Okay. So 4 eggs. I could be fancy and crack You know. Right, 4 eggs. Now, my luck is unreal. Oh, what have you got now? Or are you talking about your Lamala thing again still? Again still. I swear, if you got another leg, that's coming you from the pixel monsters. Alright. So, those 3 ingredients, all you want to do is just give them a mix until they're fairly combined. So they'll sort of come together. So they sort of come together. You might remind me of like custard, so that sort of textures. So just I'm just checking.
What if you've heard from Riley?
I haven't heard from Riley. I'm pretty sure Riley's dead.
Oh, don't go for this.
Do I dare message the other one? Are you two alive? Alright, so that's that. Now, here's the next part. So, you need weigh this, but you need 600 grams of carrots.
Carrot can.
The irony is, I sent the list of ingredients to Riley and Cinder, and I didn't put carrots in the carrot cake list.
Yeah.
I was like, but they realised, thank God. Look, I'll weigh it just for argument's sake. Let's see. Okay, one more. Now, you've got 2 things you can do. If you have a food processor, you can use a food processor, or you can grate. Grating it's fine. I use a food processor. I actually really like what the food processor does. The other thing, and this is a lesson I learned, essentially, make sure you peel your carrots. When I made this carrot cake the first time ever, and it's like while I was still learning, so it was like 10 years ago, I forgot I didn't peel the carrots. But that's actually fun, you know. When you bake carrots in a cake like this, the skins go, or the bits of skin go green. So it looks like, oh, wonderful. Like this is, I honestly thought my cake had pincer molded at the time. Like it was so weird. So actually peel your carrots. I mean, unless you're into moldy looking cakes, and you know.
Good for Halloween.
Yeah. That flavour doesn't look weird. So make sure you peel your carrots.
That sounds like a nice idea for Halloween.
Well,
like mold.
sure.
I like a nice pink.
It did. It legit molding. I'm assuming you can hear me clearly. Everything's fine. You know. Happy days.
Already have a check. You go for something and check it out.
The riveting inside of me peeling carrots.
Right. Halloween.
Get rid of all that. Whoops. Hilo, you don't need a carrot. Alright, no, he's now eating the carrot pit.
Yeah.
Hilo, just come on, make up Hilo. Okay. Also, remember to take the pots off. So, if you have got a processor, use it. If you don't, you can just grate it. Try and grate it fairly fine. Don't have it, you don't have to sit there and like mince it, but where's my blade for that? It's alright. Wait for my. Here's one I prepared earlier. Alright, so I'm going to use the food processor. Put them in the food processor. Food processor. Alright. It's going to melt. This is going to melt. Danny's going to mute the camera for me. Otherwise, the mic.
See you guys in a bit.
We're back. So, best thing about using food processor for this is that I'll show you on camera. Is see how still like it's not puree. It's still textured, but it's not like long strands. That makes sense. So it's All right, so that can go in with the sugar egg oil mix. Just mix those carrots in a bit with the whisk. Okay, so that's that. Now, you've got 2 spices. And that is cinnamon and mixed spice. So you want 2 decent teaspoons of cinnamon, ground cinnamon. And about the same of mixed spice. I can go straight in there as well. There we go. And then we need the scales again. Put your bowl on your scales. And we're adding 400 grams of plain flour. Okay.
Looks like this made a mountain in there.
A mountain. Just checking on my. Am I gonna see it again?
You know, put the face in the stream so people can actually see it.
It's getting there. I reckon another good 10 minutes on ours. So,
It's often functions with us.
if the oven behaves itself. Okay, so the only other ingredient that needs to go in the carrot cake now is 1 teaspoon of bicarb soda or baking soda, depending on where you're from.
Thank you for that. But gold in the road sponge want.
Hashtag bad spud. Well, they don't want it.
Perhaps that a better yet.
This my backup. Here it is.
For those units. There you go.
Okay. So yeah, a good teaspoon of bicarbonate soda or baking soda. So not baking powder. The difference between soda is that baking powder also has cream of tartar in it, and it helps stabilize things in from memory. Baking soda is just baking soda is part of baking, whereas there's no extra stuff in baking soda on its own. If you don't know what baking soda is, it's the same stuff that people used to clean with as well. Yeah, you can put baking soda and baking soda and vinegar as well. So we just mix all this together. Now this one, don't do this by hand if possible. You don't want to over mix this mixture either. Just until it's combined. So that's your carrot cake mixture. So it should be sort of that consistency. So next up, just these back in the fridge now.
It's fair number 1, 2 or 3.
What?
Straight little Fino.
Oh yeah, he's parked right in the middle of the floor. We'll grab our bacon tin. And same thing as we did for the chocolate cake. We line the tin. Bench, so I'll fix that up. Yep. I did have a pen. Exactly. I did have a pen. Look. I lost my pen.
You heard from the other couple yet? They did.
I have no responses from them. I hope they're okay. When you lose your first. Or a pencil, or a crayon.
You gotta go.
Yeah. How dare. Scissors. But I'm missing everything.
Did you put them in the dishwasher?
No, I don't think this is the dishwasher.
You sure?
Positive. Did I put them back in the drawer? No. I'm losing my mind.
I will say chapter.
The others are in here. They are the ones I used before.
Well, that's a better one anyway. So.
So well, there's a good way to check. Not that I normally check on who's watching. You check the screen of it. Is there any info?
No.
Oh, that's weird. Well, they're not watching. Something's happening, probably. Okay. Okay. So we've got our circle, we get our baking spray again. Give it a good coat. Like that. Then grab another sheet for the sides. And here's the other thing, guys. so super supportive of this. Because you know at the end of it, it's got 3 cakes you'll be able to eat for the next week.
You can have the stove on.
Oh, you won't eat gas, so we're in.
I need one, but that's. We're gonna look on it later.
So we find out skin.
First, 8 viewing so far.
Reload excited. It's looking for stuff on the floor again. Oh, so that's now lined. Grab your carrot cake mixture and put it in the tin. Now, this will rise a little, but this won't rise like a sponge cake or something like that, because it's not meant to. It's meant to be a fairly dense cake. So I just needed to shuffle some shelves. We need to get this. Poodle! I was Poodle in the chat. Hi! Go again.
No.
I'm gonna grab a knife.
What kind of package did you get?
So I was come out. So our sponge cake for our Blackforest has now. Just quickly throw this in the oven. That's the carrot cake going in. Still not done, but here you can see. I'll show you on camera. So that's the cake done. So we're gonna let it cool. What?
And those these marks.
Oh, the non-copyright dragon mug.
It's
And your mug. Nice.
Yep.
Let's photos.
take out.
It's cute. It's nice you had. That's really cool. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
That's quite a nice mug. Okay. All right. So we're gonna let that cool down. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, because I need this cool down, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm just putting this on board in the fridge so that it will cool down pretty quickly. Because we've got a glass shelf, I can't directly put it on glass, but I can put it on a wood board and then put it in. So it cools down fairly.
Your forks are good. Forks. 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 FOLKS. Fork.
Is it forks? I'm thinking. I don't know, the knives are good. I'm good.
Are you gonna copy that?
Yep. No. Alright, so
Yes, exactly.
so carrot cake's in the oven, cherry mixture is cooling down, chocolate cake is cooling down. Yeah. So the next thing we're gonna do is the cheesecake, but I do need to clean up some stuff to be able to do that. So we're just gonna have to chill.
Well, I was going to say if you wait, this video gets for like 50 seconds, so.
Oh, there you go. You'll be able to look at stream capture. I'm really, really, really worried. I hope everything's alright. Bench. So hopefully these two camera angles are good enough for you guys to see everything too, but if there's any if you want me to do these kind of streams, I am considering doing one a month. Any feedback would be good. As I said, the recipes will come in for the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, same here, Reach.
What's that?
Not long you than just before.
Oh, snuck. She snuck one. That seems really bad. She snuck one in before time ran out.
Battle.
Two. Hard. Very strong.
They want to get 13.
So,
Or needs to only grow still.
terrible.
No, don't take fire. Yeah.
It's alright.
Very.
More and more people coming on, so that's normally what happens.
Do another.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what other place is this?
A rogue.
Rogue?
Send my rogue in. We're gonna go power. That's my powerful. My rogue, one of my best ones. So we made that in a cheesecake.
Yes.
Any questions so far, guys, about the recipes or my cooking history? The weather's like outside.
Thank you for the custom thing, Byrona, and thank you me for the pitch.
Thank you, me. Thank you, me.
Sweet. Thank you, Danny Derrick, for sending yourself. Battle of will the cake be moist? Which one of the three?
Will the cake be moist? Yeah, baby, you can. There we go. Nice clean workspace again. Yellow equals. Now hopefully the dishwasher won't put it on.
Yeah. Good luck with that battle.
What?
He's entering the DPS queue with 5 pence.
Moist.
Never has Mrs. L's words meant so much more in my stream. Oh, here's the scissors behind the food processor.
You can do it any loot.
No, I said they were kind of buried under everything that was sitting in that spot. That's why I don't like too much stuff on my bench, because I'm not going to find shit. So,
People first. Save yourself. I just went.
what the fuck is that? Little people say, I'm not banking people.
A good moist spleen to you.
Cool, look at what's the spleen, dude. What?
I did you.
Oh, did you not swap back after stream captain? Oh, well, they're not missing much.
No,
I was going to say, you're lucky in this case, I wasn't really doing anything. Alright, so what we're going to do.
I'm keeping the profile.
Because I've only got 2 TVs, because I was going to buy a third one today and I didn't have it. I didn't have it.
See, that's not true battle, because his face cam was still in the screen.
What was
Even stream can put your face cam's there, right?
it? The wide shot. It's up in the top right hand corner.
Yeah.
Why's that?
Well, raise your handsome face. Put your handsome face upstairs. Now we go, shh. Think for the pelleted many balls.
Many balls. Many balls. Alright, okay, well, what we're going to do. So I'm going to plate out so we don't have cooling racks. This is already pulled down a bit. So, this is the top. Look at that. And there we have shot. Okay. Look at that.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
It's super. I'll let down. Would you like to touch my sponge? As you can see, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but you can touch it and it's springing back. So yeah.
Reach.
Yeah. So I'm. Do I want to know?
We sort of do.
Who's gonna feel over?
You know?
Well, no, Philo's. Yeah. Philo's milling around. So yeah. So that's now tin. It's cooling in the fridge. Now, this version I'm doing is only a single middle layer. You can do it multiple layers, have lots of layers, but it will result in a bigger cake, obviously. If you wanted to do a super massive one, you could double the recipe and make 2 of those. But this is just going to be slick. Put a generous filling of cherries and whipped cream, coat it in whipped cream, decorate it, and put some cherries on top, and then it will be, as the Dutch would say, lekker. Only Dutch word that I'm really good at. So we're now going to move on to. We're now going to move on to probably the thing that I'm most known for. So we are now moving on to the cheesecake. Carrot cakes and the oven. So we're going to make the biscuit base first. So you need around 250 grams of plain biscuits. Depending on where you are, America you could use graham crackers, but digestives are really good for this. You want a simple plain biscuit. So this is 400 grams. So you need 250 grams, which is probably about 2/3 of this. This is where a food processor is probably, I wouldn't say it's essential, but it's much easier. So I would suggest, if you can't, wrap it in a clean tea towel, your biscuits, and just bash the crap out of it until they're fine. That's how they used to do it for food processors. So the mouth and drink. Yeah. So we do need to melt some more butter. So I need a small saucepan. So you want, I would say, a good tablespoon of margarine or butter. Now, I quite often use margarine because it doesn't affect the flavour of these kind of things. The only time you must absolutely use butter is for icing. Margarine won't work for icing. So when I make the cream cheese frosting later on for the carrot cake, it will be butter, not margarine. Butter, like proper butter. Okay, so we're gonna melt that. Yeah. Let that melt. So once that is completely melted or molten, for those who say that, we will blend these biscuits and add the butter. So we'll mute the mic when we get to that point. But we're just gonna wait for the butter to melt. So, how's everyone doing? How's the chat? Hello.
Yeah, yep, feed us violent again. For those who are wondering, that's like baseball bats.
Oh, that's my pepper grinder that I was given. So what's been happening? Tell me about everything.
I guess, well, what is Asian?
Sauce.
Right.
So it's melting our butter, waiting for the butter to melt. Waiting for.
Need butter.
Okay. It's getting there. Like I said, if you're melting butter just for like this kind of stuff, just zap it in the microwave. It's fine. But I'm only doing that because our oven is our microwave and vice versa. So,
I'm just rubbing support and sphere captain.
so grease. Now, be very generous with the greasing of this because we don't use meat for this. Make sure it's warmly coated. Butter is pretty well good. All right, so we're just going to mute the mic for a minute just to blitz up these biscuits. So,
See you guys.
So, now we want to get our biscuits in.
Thank you, Nell, for the information and these bro. All that.
So basically, you don't want too much butter because you don't want it to be
Wet.
and sorry, I had to. But you also don't want it to be too dry.
Moist.
Moist.
Let me just get out.
Too worried about cleaning this out because I'm going to put the cheesecake filling straight in this, so it doesn't matter for the biscuit because it's fine. So you've got two options for biscuit base. I would recommend putting the biscuit base up the sides as well. Some people don't. You can just have a thicker base down the bottom, but I prefer it with up the sides. So we just go around and do that.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Already go for $4 here.
That. Okay. So you basically kind of want it like that. Guess you can see that on camera. Yep. This is one of the cheesecakes. About 6 months ago or so, I got a message on Facebook from someone who had had cheesecake at a wedding I did back in Australia. I did their wedding cake, and it was like a cheesecake tower. And funny enough, they're actually from Germany, and they spoke to their friends recently, and they said that they got told that I was over here in the Netherlands. So they messaged me and asked me if there's any way they could get a cheesecake because they've not found a cheesecake this good in Germany.
Since they're pretty.
And wondered if they could get it from here. So they traced me down to the other side of the world for my cheesecake, which was a surreal moment. Like,
Thank you, JC. That's really nice for the team.
so yeah. Okay, so the filling. Once again, food processor. If you're going to do a lot of baking, I recommend food processor because it's a godsend. So I'm just going to ignore it. We want eggs. We want cream cheese. That's fine. I know I bought some and I didn't know where it is. There's the product. Creme fraiche or sour cream, you can use either. So you got 600 grams of cream cheese. My thoughts on cream cheese. Try and buy something like Philadelphia or a reputable brand. Because what you find is that some cream cheeses are too thin and your cheesecake won't turn out as nice. So try and get something like Philadelphia. So, oh yeah, just throw it in there. So 600 grams. So it's the first time ever in 20 years of being in the catering industry And I'm giving away my cheesecake recipe.
When I asked for this, I had to give it to you, but I had to kill you. And this was 2-3 worst days.
I mean, I still want to kill you, but that's the reasons. A cup of sugar. Sugar.
He loves just sniffing around in the background.
He's hoping for food. Around about a cup of sugar. White sugar. What? You can see his hand. Good lord. About 200 grams of creme fraiche or sour cream. They both work. They're very similar in taste. Creme fraiche is probably a little bit thicker though, I suppose. 4 eggs.
A good moist spleen to
A
you.
good moist spleen to you two, and I'm assuming that's either Max or Alex. Yeah, I was gonna say.
So, first I'm funny.
Who's the first one?
Me.
You. So 4 eggs, that's 3. Here's some more eggs. Four eggs. The other thing you can put in it, which I don't think I've got the if you want to, it doesn't necessarily, you can put a little bit of vanilla extract in there. I haven't got any, but that's fine. I've used it all. Alright. Gonna mute for a second, guys. Gotta blend this.
What you do?
Yeah.
Take for every golden swerve swipe months.
Hashtag bad sponge.
Hello, viewers. Hi, guys.
So yeah, so you just want to blend till there's no lumps from the cream cheese and it's all completely blended together. And then that goes straight to your biscuit base. And now I have to check. Shuffling shelves around.
We know you see your buttons.
Pedal's not watching.
He's lurking.
I know he's lurking. So cheesecake into the oven. So that's in there. Cheesecake takes about 40 minutes, give or take. It'll be great. So, just gonna do a bit of cleaning up.
I think we got things together this time. We've got 35 minutes. And look,
Nice. Put it up to here.
that's what I said.
Okay, so just put my food processor. Yeah, I am. Alright, so my food process. So tomorrow is Oracast. And then tomorrow night I am Pixel Money in the DragonBeaz server, which Alex has pretty much moved into permanently.
No need to call him up. He's in it.
What is the box Pixelmon?
Let me. Yes. Box, Minecraft.
True.
Hacking away to get there, please. I'm gonna last Friday, bro. Yep. Please tell me the box. You're not broke. You need to call me out.
I'm going to call you out every moment I get a chance to. Alright, cool. Let's check on my cherry mixture that's in the freezer for a minute.
Good enough?
Alright. Here. Why are you going, Rage? Explain. Was it a bad joke?
Yeah.
Well, that probably explains why. Really. What? Who's going? What? Why? Say, probably not being able to sit there with my
Agreed with Alex is terrible fun. How was it going to make fun in the first place?
I'm saying, yeah, I'm just going to take
I know.
slowly moving. Alright, so
3 minutes.
So I'm going to do a bit of prep for the Blackforest cake. I did say to Riley and Luke chocolate chips, which you can use and I normally would. But for some reason, chocolate chips are expensive here. So you can also do what I'm about to do, is shave a heap of chocolate. I'm using dark chocolate.
Big chocolate.
What?
Big chocolate.
Shame Jeff wasn't here. I'm the expert at shaving.
Really, sweethearts. Really. You can put that.
It's like shaving Molly, isn't it? So we're just grating chocolate. So I'm doing it on a plate because that will make it easier for me to.
I feel hoping.
That was too distracted. That's why I can get away with it. Try something. Still experimental.
God, go experimental, guys.
Because it's going to take forever and I'm not.
You know, I think
Finish with it.
let me guess. They got a food processed chocolates. Run away a minute.
What?
It's a bit of drink I put it up.
That's okay.
So they can just mute my the stream cover.
Look, I'll tell you when you can do stream. Philo, dude. What are you doing? Philo, you're gonna get caught.
You're on the
The control room.
the control room.
He's licking the floor.
I saw them. He's putting your mouse.
You gotta go get back to the page, you have to come out for it.
In a minute, hang on.
And
Philo, get out from under the table. Go in reverse. Hit the reverse. I swear to God, if you unplug everything, Phil, I'm going to kill you. Are you good? I love you're a pain in the ass sometimes. You're lucky you're adorable. You know, you can see bunch of haters. It's okay. Danny's wheezing and I'm going. Danny's dying. He's wheezing over it.
okay.
It's really not. Like breathing barely as he's trying not to laugh. Just giggling away.
I love my favorite love some
Same thing with the carrot cake, guys. Knife and then check it.
compost clean your carrot, your get it out.
It's out. If it's, no, that's gonna sound wrong. But
Say it.
what
What were you gonna say?
comes out clean? You've done it.
Debatable.
Alright. Gonna go extreme, Captain. I'm gonna blitz some chocolate and hope to God it works.
See you in a bit, guys. You get this finished.
So.
Yes, it's okay. If you want, you get 50 goals. It goes to Breach! Breach gets gold.
I'm gonna say it fucking worked. Sometimes cooking, you have to have these little moments of like, I'm gonna try something. So,
What am I placing down? Your name? What am I placing down?
that's what you do. What do you think?
Okay, I'm going to throw it.
So, this is to coat the sides of the Blackforest cake. It's actually coming out really, really like fine. So that's actually really good. Really, So I'm just gonna put that in the fridge until I need it, so it's nice and cold. But don't think it'll be much longer, and we will be decorating our first cake.
As you really want to base it, now got this stuff. It's a skin test.
Ooh, nice.
That's why I want it.
Alright, now I'm finished with the food processor.
Easy, busy. That's really focused.
You're seeing a different side. It's a bit serious, so I'm just.
Right at the things that they can't see.
So, to do next, when I
And you,
mew 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 mew
when you sit there,
sipping what? Camera down. That's my phone. That's fine. Camera down. Yeah.
someone click, please.
Camera down. Good. Is that alright? Yeah. Okay. Hi, Mew. How you doing? Oh my God, Philo, I'm gonna put you in the dishwasher. Alright. So, what I'm gonna do is get this out, which feels pretty cool. I'm gonna take that off this plate. It's a little bit warm there, it should be alright. Here. Stuff here too. I want a dishwasher. So we want a serrated knife, preferably.
You're a bit fucked up.
Okay.
You are a bit fucked up.
Oh, fogged up. I think you're a bit fucked.
Get through to this.
Okay. Carrot cake. Carrot cake is now coming out the oven. As you can see, it has risen a little bit. It shouldn't rise too So that's now going to cool down. I'm going to put that in the fridge on that board. So I'm ready to do ice. Okay. So we're in progress. Cheesecake is the only thing in the oven. Oh no. What's up, Mom?
How do you think?
What?
Your camera.
Oh, camera. Is that?
E.
Alright. It's fine. Camera survived. Or phone survived, more like.
Thank God.
So, the trick here, there is no trick to cut this. These are always in the back, so. So what I'm going to do is try and split this down the middle evenly. My recommendation is slow go around like a circle. Actually, do you want to, this is probably a good spot to swap to the bench cam. So, we're just trying to split this into props. To be very gentle with it because it's freshly baked, obviously. But there you go. Let's come off like that. You just do this up on a plate or a board or whatever. Still a tiny bit warm on the inside, so we'll just let that sit and cool for a bit. Let's get back to that. Yep. Okay, so we have our cherries, which are now cold. As you can see, the syrup has thickened up a bit. You don't want it to be set, you just want it to be with the sauce. And what I want to do is just scoop some of this onto your plate. Now, bear in mind, put it in the middle, so because when you put the second layer on, I'll show you a trick.
It comes really shaky.
What do you mean?
Only the top.
Which way do I need to move?
What door?
What so? Mm-hmm. Okay. So as you see, I've put it in the middle like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to whip some cream.
So you get excited now. We're gonna whip some cream.
Now I'm whipping. These are 250ml tubs. I'm going to whip 3 of them up for now because any excess cream I can use for decorating the creme brulee cheesecake. So that in. Like so. Like so. Alright. And we want some drop. No, actually, we're going to use some powdered sugar. So we just want to put a little bit of powdered sugar or icing sugar. Yeah, probably about a good tablespoon or so worth. We don't want to be too sweet, but we do want it to be a little bit sweet. And then Philo, put your in the fucking way. You know you can. I can't see because I'm swallowed. Where? You know, this is the question. I can't see that. David in here. Probably not. I can't see. Where I put them. I think they were in. Oh, there. So, yeah. Alright, so we're going to whip this cream. Okay, so you want your cream to be whipped to
You know, move it away because you're still on bench.
you want you want you want your cream to be whipped to, well, the innuendos are strong with this one, to stiff heats. Uh, and then you can use a, I don't know where that is. I used it the other way. Right, palette knife. This fucker. Send it here a little bit. So I've got a palette knife. You can just use a knife, flat knife. But me being the chefy boy. So you just put a generous scoop of fresh cream in the middle. and then you grab. I'm talking about Kate, not your partner.
Prepare for
Oh,
trouble.
that's a raid. Oh, no.
To protect the world from devastation.
Hey, Shelby.
All peoples within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our reach to the stars above.
Jesse!
James.
Team Rocket blast off at the speed of light.
Surrender now or prepare to fight.
That's right.
Stream Sheldini. What were you streaming? Can I have a shout out for Sheldini? What were you streaming? What be the streaming?
What? I don't know, Fall Guys.
Why are you streaming Fall Guys? Oh, is that what won the poll?
I was quicker, Reach. The altercation of the initiative, but I was quicker.
Double gen. See how it is.
This sucks, so Danny.
What?
I'm lagging the shit.
Because of your internet? Because of the game? Makes sense. So, what? Oh, internet. Sorry to hear that. So you got your cherries and your cream on the inside. I put some cream on top. So this stage you're just covering the cake. We'll do the title afterwards. This is why you need it to be fairly firm width, because you want to be able to coat the sides as well. Like I said, it doesn't have to look pretty at this stage because we are going to be tidying it up and also covering the sides with chocolate. Like I said, I'm just doing this on a big dinner plate. You can use whatever you've got, the board or
That's very
we've got very good dinner plates. These dinner plates usually require 2 hands to carry when they've got food on them. So roughly coating the outside. But thank you for the raid, Sheldon. Stream. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm DragonBeaz. I'm a Pokemon and Minecraft streamer with a bit of variety. I'm also a chef by trade. Oh yeah, I'm also a chef by trade. Hi. And
Oh,
what?
did you wave to the camera?
I did. Should I take a photo? What, your phone does that?
Yeah. Some does sometimes.
Hello, camera. It's probably like, no, we don't say.
There should be mic sound. Face that is an older
Like that,
combo. The mic should work. And yeah, mic is picking up. Think some.
it should be fine. It could be, it sounds like it might be. Is there anyone else in chat that can confirm they can hear us? Just running my
Yeah, it's just some because we can hear us. Okay.
So I'm just running my finger around the bottom edge here, just to get excess frame.
Thanks, Rich.
Wow.
That's right, Alex. Alex Henrich. He has the same color. Hey, look at yours.
You do a refresh. Which has been really dodgy the last few days with people.
Somebody all the time.
Okay, so it's cleaning up the edges. So now what we're going to do is because I'm once again chefing, parking bag. Moving. You don't have to do this. I am, because, you know. So I got a star-shaped nozzle.
Now they guess what kind of cake this is.
What? Thank you for the sub.
Thank you for the gift.
Gift sub.
Yes, anonymous. Do some
Anonymous.
anonymous gifts.
Normally I'd say it was Magic Man, but I doubt he's here at this time of the day. Maybe it's Alex. Or it's Reed. Could be anyone. Either way, enjoy your emotes. Somebody. So I'm going to put the cream into the parking bag.
Definitely not the. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
And I'm just going to be fancy. As I can.
Look at Mr. Fancy Pants.
There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab that the chocolate that I put in the food processor earlier. This is the messiest part of this by far. So, that chocolate on a plate. And basically, what we're going to do, we're going to grab some and it's going to like this. And basically, you do that the whole way around so that you've got a nice coating of chocolate. Chips work for this, obviously, or flaked chocolate. You can use any kind of chocolate for the most part, but dark chocolate is. You're right. Dark chocolate is the tradition because it's a bit more obviously got that bitter flavour to it. We go like that. So covered in chocolate. So now what we do is we grab something to clean up the excess chocolate because it's everywhere. Should I do? Where's that pastry brush we built? I have a pastry brush.
Fancy ones.
We'll just get rid of the excess chocolate. Presentation. Okay. I used to make these in cake boxes, so making on plates is weird, but let's get rid of the excess chocolate. Just So yeah, you just sort of get the outside of a nice coating. You really shouldn't be eating chocolate before. You know what I mean? Have that. You know that, don't you? You don't care.
Yep, of course.
And then you can then use some of if you've got course I agree. You can use some of the cherries directly out of the sauce. Just give it a bit of a on top of each cream blob.
Bella's pooping here.
Hi, Bella. Honey.
How goes the bakery?
Good. We're just finishing Blackforest cake. Putting the final touches on it. Got our cherries on them. And then you grab this here, this chocolate. Do the center in with that. Be generous with it. Nice. Low. And that's basically it. This cake's better off sat in the fridge overnight before you cut it. Or if you're Danny's mother, you'll cut it in 20 minutes and it will fall apart.
Still strawberry cake.
What's that?
Still strawberry cake.
It's a general rule of thumb for cake.
This one not so much, because I'm not a big fan of cherry cakes. The other two will be.
So, if you want to swap other over.
These cakes is
Okay. So,
count. Oh, this cake is hilarious.
so this is a good shot.
No, you can't.
You can see it clearly.
There's not stuff.
Well, I can't.
Yeah, no. This was
That's good. Or should I show the other thing?
probably the majority.
So that is my very simple Black Forest cake. Like I said, it's better off back in the fridge for a little while. So we put that in here.
So, Bella, this is what you can look forward to.
Spot to put it. So this will go into the fridge now. We might be able to slice it at the end, so you can see. I'm not going to guarantee that. And voila. So let me clean up my mess. I did end up needing the jar. Am in the drawer. What's that? Oh, they're not going to go off or anything. So that is cake number 1 done.
I wish you could like you like to try fruit Blackforest.
Shoot.
That also works.
Let my man mess around with settings. Okay, and then we go. Saying he wants crossed out. And voila, Black Forest got some. Do you feel better now?
Semi good.
Why?
Chipping is you ready?
I like my chance.
Exactly.
So our cheesecake is in the oven still. That should be very close to coming out. Still got plenty.
She's gonna be
Probably maybe another hour, maybe. I figured I planned for 3 to 4 hours. So just gonna transfer. Just transfer this to here. Cheesecake's probably about another 5-10 minutes, and then that'll come out. So yeah, any questions, guys? What would you, or do you want to talk about anything? Do a dance? I don't really want to. What just that?
dance.
Oh. I'm handing the awesomeness of my baking. Well,
Yeah, we definitely got this. Yep, there you go. We won them. Ooh, one of you gets 12 gold. It goes to Rich.
Hat.
I swear to God. Rich new sponge. That Rich. Later. Here.
Oh, Rich pounds.
Bye, Rich.
Anyone want a more spleen?
Yes, good for Rich.
So what do you think of my Blackforest gâteau? He's like, I'll start little. Start there.
And now we're back to
So like I said, they press these stream not directly after the stream, but sometime during the week.
stream will be good.
Yeah, after this I'll move everything back to my usual location. Gave me an excuse to clean the desk, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Okay.
A good moist spleen to you.
Is that you?
No.
Who was that?
What are you doing?
Silence.
Good apple.
Corn apple. Philo. Philo's still trying to eat flies. There's, you know, one of them. Alright, so next up we're going to make the frosting for the carrot cake. Which is very simple. I will need to weigh it upwards. Oh, here.
On board, Felix.
Alright. So, frosting for carrot cake. Oh, that's margarine. I need butter.
You said that yourself?
I did say that. So, we have got butter. We need around about 125 grams of butter. Yep. $200 grams of cream cheese, which is for one of these tools. Yeah, because I'm saying things, and then my esteemed assistant, my control room. Hi. Yeah.
Right.
Daddy, want a cookie?
No, I don't like breakfast. You know it. Not enough sugar. Well, trouble.
Anyway, 250 grams of icing sugar, which just happens to be one of these tubes. Because Dutch people don't put these in bags, it's all in shakers. Gotta have it for their sausages and their pancakes, obviously. Wait, we just. It's gonna be icing sugar or like powdered sugar. Kind of looks like cocaine. That's alright.
It's what use a lot of fake drug deals.
Got icing sugar on my phone. Don't recommend icing your phone. There's anything there? No. Just get kilo at the back. It's fine. You big. Do anything pedals there?
No, just got it in my head.
Doesn't
Doesn't work, man. Doesn't work.
Alright, we did spend like 4 hours in video obviously. Making people go. Hi, Max. So we were going to need this in a minute. So yeah, just to repeat, there's 200 grams of cream cheese, 125 grams of butter, and 250 grams of icing sugar or powdered sugar.
It's greedy.
Yes.
Let's ask how to tell it.
It may not be up to your high June standards, Mr. Maximus. It's not a bad thing. Right? See, look at it. It's pretty. It actually looks pretty good. So, it's in the fridge, yeah?
He's telling it the fake Scotch water gift card.
Yeah, I know. It's Aussie, man.
Okay, he said it's really good. It's really good.
Have some faith. You're reminding me of my ex-business partner, man. He used to say, "You're not Italian, so you can't cook Italian food." And then I made his mum's spaghetti bolognese recipe because she gave it to me. And then he told his mum, "Oh my god, he can cook it."
Zach?
Yeah. I don't have to be from the country to know how to make the food. Yeah,
You don't like those. What doesn't like those?
it's like Mama used to make kind of thing.
Exactly.
So,
All they do is to food.
perfect. All right. So, cheesecake is coming out. You do not don't need the oven, but you will need a grill for the final step on the cheesecake
Oh yeah.
to do the sugar crust.
Yeah.
I've got a blowtorch now, so it's our gas. It's only comes with a little more than. So this is the cheesecake, as you can see. If your cheesecake pulls down and cracks a little bit, that's not an issue. I'll tell you how to fix that. But it's got a slight. You don't want it to cook too much longer than that, because you want it to still be nice and smooth. And that's going to go into the fridge.
Shame that I'm blown torch for this.
Right.
Because then we could have it done the official way.
I know. Let me check on my. All right, so crunching and banging. All right, so we have our carrot a bit. There's the tin. Take this paper off. Oh, kind of. I'll eat a sandwich and take a sandwich if I damn well want to, and you can stick your what I said the other day, sucker butt. So then you remove the base of the tin, remove the paper.
Yes. Yes, next. We're making a good towel from.
Beautiful. I'll turn it over. Okay.
This is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite cheesecake.
You mean cheesecake? Oh, you're talking about carrot cake.
Yeah.
Carrot cake. It's like carrot cake in my hand when you said it. So.
Alright. So my me.
Good boy. You like a good boy, mate? From the Blackforest.
Hey!
Oh, found it at the servo.
Wait!
Right.
I thought you were walking, not me. That's.
Alright, so let that.
Yes, next.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Nothing in.
Alright, we're gonna mute for a second, guys. Go mix the frosting. So, you just want to beat that until it's smooth and there's no lumps. So, we won't zoom in on this one simply because this is not, there's not a lot of fanciness to this room. It's just a good old fashioned like. So we put this on. This is the cream cheese frosting.
Ooh. That's all something that's gonna make too sweet. Christmas pudding is gross.
Oh, that doesn't offend me. Here's the thing. What I'll say about Christmas pudding is it depends on who makes it. And that's honest. I don't particularly like Christmas pudding, and it's not to toot my own horn because they used to sell thousands of them. But I've got a Christmas pudding recipe that was given to me by a customer, and it was their great grandmother's. So it's like 150 years old, and I've got people who I know who don't eat Christmas pudding, but they'll eat mine. It depends on how it's made. What I find with a lot of Christmas puddings is that the taste of it is the alcohol and nothing else. And that can be too much like. So as you can see, it's nice and smooth. It's still holding the shape though. You don't have to be fancy with this. Just spread it to the edges. Doesn't matter if it dribbles over the edge a bit. Mine hasn't, but it does sometimes. Like so. Just a little trick if you want to, once you've spread it out a bit, just use it like a tablespoon or something and just go across like this. And it just gives it a nice sort of like, what?
Please use I love the message. Yes, spread your white people all over my cake.
So that's all I advised Cinder and Riley to do, but I bought an extra ingredient. Just wanted to be a little bit fancy. Quite often, carrot cake will have walnuts in it. I didn't used to put them because lots of people have nut allergies. And it's just easier to not put it on there or in it. So if you wanted to, you could put some nuts in, say, half a cup or a cup of walnuts in the actual carrot cake mixture. But in this case, I'm just chopping up some walnuts. Walnuts are pretty much the only one. Hazelnuts.
So jeez.
What?
That's added to the quote.
What?
Special ice cream.
So that's great. It's great for signals.
Sweetie,
Yeah.
your honey is.
My honey is back. Oh, pedo.
He says that's nuts.
Don't mind me, I'm just handling my nuts. It's alright. So, there's some chopped up walnuts across the top. Just sprinkle them on. Don't be too fussed about it.
It's following the between sugar and Final Fantasy.
Maybe a little bit more.
What are you doing in Final Fantasy battle?
We'll do. So there we go. So that is just a simple, nice carrot cake. This camera. With a cream cheese frosting on it. I'm going to pop that in the fridge and let it fall for a bit or chill.
From Laughing Nice. How long do you think these cakes will last, sweetie? How long do you think these cakes will last?
Considering it's only us two here, probably a week.
My mom and got expired.
What the?
Got expired then.
Oh, it's sorry. Cheesecake can be tops.
They've got 5 to 7 days to come in.
Blackforest cake, if you keep it covered, will keep for 3 to 5 once you cut it open. And carrot cake also probably about a week, but keep it refrigerated. So, to appease the daily, let me get this and go copy and paste. There you go. It crossed guys. Carrot cake with cream cheese. So we've just got cheesecake to worry about now. So for the final steps of cheesecake, I'm going to turn the grill on. I can remember how to do it on this thing. So that's where my microwave. I don't want a microwave. That's in the Oh, hang on. Oven. There we go. Alright, so I've switched on the grill mode. Now, this is to do the sugar crust like you get on a creme brulee, the dessert. There's 2 ways you can do it. The traditional way is with a blowtorch. We do have a blowtorch, but it's out of gas. The other way, which you can do as well, is put it in under a grill or a salamander. And I'm not talking about the lizard, I'm talking about the grill. And then you just keep an eye on it until the sugar melts right down and gives it a nice crust, let it cool. Then we can cover it with some lots of fresh cream. And we were going to put strawberries, but there's no strawberry. There were no strawberries at the supermarket when I went this morning. So, sad pandas, but you know. Don't look in chat. Why?
Just that.
I'm looking in chat.
Your fault.
Ew.
Also, don't look at that.
/ ban Alex W.
No.
No. Rude. You know how you made that inquiry and that's exactly selling yourself, man.
I mean, oh, Alex didn't hear what you say.
I said, you know how you made that inquiry about a specific thing I put in my Discord? It's really not selling it to me putting that in my chat.
Pineapple, you mean he wants some flat butts for dinner?
Who wants full butts?
He said, now it looks like Pete wants some angel for dinner. That's a bit of normal and angel normally with sweet salad.
I mean, why?
Exactly. Thank you for the episode.
Philo, dude.
What's it he doing?
Knock the Elgato over.
Oh. Lovely.
The camera's alright though. Or the move.
It's alright.
Alright, so we just got the cheesecake stuff to do. So I'm just going to clean up a little bit. How are we going on stream captains?
We've got 8 minutes left.
Nice. Yeah, so finish with that.
Alex will sit in his box and behave. So, I'm putting an X in chat.
Putting a what?
So I'm putting X in chat. Alex says, I will sit here and I will behave.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be instant yet.
An X. Why?
Press F to out.
Oh, I see. I was wondering what you're on about.
Let's have to clean these up.
And then we can do the next step on the cheesecake. Now, you don't have to wait until the cheesecake's fully cooled down to do the next step, which is the crust. So we might do that in now. So, my cheesecake at this point has not cracked,
Yay!
so it's perfect. I'll show you how to fix it. Basically, if your cheesecake cracks, just very gently. This doesn't sound so bad too. There's so many things. If anyone's ever watched The Great British Bake Off, everything they say on there is innuendo. It's about soggy bottoms and fucking. If you've got a crack in your cheesecake, just push the crack back together. Was what I was going to say.
We're going to see what's showing.
Yeah. There's something to go around. There's Australia's got a version. Yeah. In
I mean, that's called heel hole buckets.
So, what we're doing here is this is just some brown sugar. So you just put a couple of tablespoons of brown sugar on top and just spread it out over the surface of the cheesecake. If your cheesecake is still a little bit warm, be very gentle.
Oh, if you want to put the cracks together.
Otherwise, you might actually cause a crack. You got to be very gentle. Easily put your finger through it, to be honest. Alright, so just gently pat it down a little bit. So you've got a nice coating of brown sugar on the top, like so. I'm going to put some in the brim.
That's correct. That's
Yeah. Right, so that's under the grill. Keep an eye on that. And we just want that to melt the sugar on top. Danny and I aren't eating for the next week. I mean, he's not going to complain. I'm going to end up the size of. I don't know if you're still there, Pedal, but can you love someone the size of a house? Because I'm going to end up like the size of nothing else.
Sweetie,
Yeah.
can you repeat that?
I said I'm going to end up the size of a house from eating all this cake this week. Can you still love someone the size of a house?
They're not the same kind of breads.
Yes.
Lots of brown space.
Just doing some time up while I'm waiting for that. So we're nearly at the end of the stream. We've just got.
So I want to see get to this one. Thank you for the help, sir. Special. Just say. Yeah. Alright.
Sure.
Well, if you don't do what? If you start on awesome squad,
Yeah.
it will be a boss battle up for the start of your next one.
That's fine. That's fine. Because Alex, no, not Alex, there'll be a few people around who will be able to find it. So, there we go. It's rough for girls, so I might take them on the wall, so I keep an eye on that.
Who is the cream captain?
Hope everyone who has been watching has enjoyed the stream. Like I said, if you've got any feedback on this cooking stream, because I am doing another one of these, please let me know.
When are you doing that one again?
I haven't decided, it'll be sometime next week. It'll be a day to stream next week. There's people who want to watch but can't watch tonight.
Yeah, like Larissa, Kaylee.
So
Kaylee's, Kaylee's jealous of okay. Of Larissa. Those two are just experimenting on most.
but
Yeah. So that's the cake we made there.
yes, it is the cake that made me taste. So don't clean so that we can relocate the PC after the
So on one cam we can see the bone of your back, and the other we can only see your butt.
Can you see my butt?
Yeah. Okay. I was cat. Dragon butts.
Huh?
He said, I thought said dragon butts.
Dragon as in dragon. Dragging my butt across the ground. Rude. Okay. Alright. Oh yeah, that's far and away. Okay, let's see. Reckon about another 30 seconds and I can take that out and then I'm just going to pop it in the fridge for, in the freezer for 5 minutes.
Stream captain at 10.
What's that?
Stream captain at 10.
In 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll make the decision as to whether to do the stream captain. I thought you said the stream captain. Oh, 10 seconds. I thought you meant 10 minutes.
9 seconds.
It's like, didn't you just say the other day? Alright, so I'm going to do stream.
Most people will. Oh, Lord, that fruits. Might get close. I know, yeah, we got it. Was close though. Only 4 hours left. And we've got Bennett going to Pedal.
Hey!
Because we're in place.
Yeah, start another one. Yeah, this will be the last one. I can guarantee this will be the last one. We may not even finish it before stream.
It's an easy one, so.
So,
On Space Rogue.
so
I think this starts with.
what am I looking for? Oh yeah, that'll be pretty good. So, not off. So what for is see how camera, but you can see that it's just started to go a little brown in spot. What?
Really?
Yeah.
We were still streaming it.
Oh, okay. Go to me then. So you can see it just going a little bit brown in spots. So the cheesecake you have to leave overnight. Fridge. I'm just gonna pop this in the freezer so it cools down enough so I can decorate. So for about 5 minutes, we're gonna whip some more cream, and yeah.
What's that? My one appearance is stream.
Oh, so gonna whip some more cream. What we're going to do, the cheesecake won't be coming out the tin tonight, so what I'll do is tomorrow I'll put some photos up in the Discord of the final cakes. Is that not working? But I'll show you what I would do. So add cream to that. And a little bit more sugar to sweeten it up. And I won't whip that just yet because I want it to be whipped just before I need it. If you've got any cream left in your piping bag, just put it back in the that, that'll be fine. Don't waste it. Okay. As you can see, this is what I find even when I worked in the kitchen, is that as you're doing stuff,
Don't need any more sugar. It's sweet enough. Unless he already has two partners.
I mean, I can still take a compliment. I mean, it might be bullshit. I can still take the compliment. How's the chat? Happy things. So, yeah. We'll be wrapping up very shortly. What?
It's only been 5 minutes.
I said that that'll be fine. Oh. That'll be fine. It will be fine.
It will be A-okay.
It'll be okay. Well, okay.
The previous question was okay.
Yes. That pizza will be okay.
Waiting for the next bit.
Reaction.
Yep.
Alex is dead. Rest in peace.
There's got 3 people that stream.
What happened to those two? Oh, damn, both of them.
Pretty bad.
They both had a line from there.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to have noticed what you're saying.
Is my audio not clear, guys? Is my audio not clear, or is it Alex? Or are you just half tuned in, Alex?
Check something. Oh, that would explain why you get there.
What?
Is to see with both state and jelly.
Oh. Too much going on.
Okay.
What I said was, I said everything will be a whoa okay, and then we've decided that that's what. And then I went, the pizza will be a whoa okay.
Because you know what you are.
Oh no.
What is
Cute.
pizza?
Cute. Cute.
Oh,
Accept it, Larissa.
accept that.
Cute. Cute.
Accept it.
Cute. Cute. Cute.
This is not cute. This is serious. No one ever.
See that shit?
Okay, everything will be a whoa okay, Alex. I promise. Everything will be a whoa okay. I'm okay. I'm what? It's Kramer. Mute the mic, guys. Hi. Did you like my cream whipping, guys? It's a wonderful sipping experience.
Also, let's check break.
I thought they smell something.
I did go with box first, but that's good.
Just serious box. Alright. So put the cream in the bucket bag. Okay. So what we can do is I'm going to take the base off. It's a little bit warm. I'm going to take the cream off so that you can at least see the cheese. So it's still on the metal base, guys, but it's still a little bit warm. I need to get it a little bit longer in the freezer because otherwise the cream will melt. And all my whipping thing.
Thank you all for hey chat for the quick dog. Hey, sweetie, I'm spitting your cream.
Sorry. There we go. So, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, this one will go to box. I lost the implicated eggshells in cardboard box. Apple.
Well, let's set it up in the cream. I'll stick a photo of myself. Man.
I was getting random busy pictures on my phone.
Or,
I'm not complaining.
look how bomb my ears go and stuff. That'll do. You can see the bench. Alright. We're just gonna wait just a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's like
What?
not working against okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too. Then it'll be moist cardboard. What?
The pedal said the same thing.
Oh. It's my head. And I can't even see chat, so. Moist cardboard.
Still no work for those guys. No, I'm sweetie. I've got your Discord here. I can see if you get a message.
What is that structure? What is that structure? Well, I was just looking at picture bar chat.
Oh.
I've never seen that before. The big black spot. See it?
Look at Jim. Oh, it's good. The record first. Cool. Oh wait, yes. I have seen that before.
Yeah.
You know what I know? Because instead of us growing up,
People just build a spire.
you used our flying book. Look at the trigger and live his best life.
Sorry. So just wait for that to cool down. Oh no, what now?
Petition to officially name Alex's box the Moist Box.
The moist box. I think Mrs. L might have.
Send Moist next to my name and fuck fancy. Yes, that makes him a Moist move on.
How much longer we got on stream, Raiders?
20 minutes.
Yeah, by the time we decorate this and wrap up and that, we have to finish it anyway. Feel like licking the floor.
So yeah, next time we're starting with the Aussie.
So, Samari, I'll be playing Pixelmon on the Dragon's Den server. Sunday during the day, I'll be playing with Pedal on the Pixelmon server, and we are going to start the breeding area.
You're gonna start breeding? Because starting the breeding.
Pedal and I are going to start the breeding area. Let's just say that. Isn't that right, honey? So, yeah. Oh. So, checking his cheesecake.
Hello, Spen. So that makes him moist, though. Last I think Theo isn't the me.
He can't know. Alright. So, cheesecake. It's still a little bit warm, so hopefully it'll be okay. But put a nice few dollops of cream. And then just a little bit in the middle. And if I had strawberries, that would be where I would be putting strawberries. Half a strawberry on each blob. But I don't, because there were none. I think Philo coming to the cables earlier has messed up my setup, because I've only been doing that since he's been.
Yes, I feel
I will know. Anyway, so there is my
really.
yeah.
They're literally putting it out of frame.
There is my creme brulee cheesecake. I will be putting photos, as I said. Up in feel like it's in your feet out there.
Really?
It's my camera just went black. Your camera just went black.
Yeah. Yes, that's in the fun.
Feel like it's probably not that. Is it bad? Nope. Yeah. Well, that's just rude. Yeah. Feel unplugged it from the Elgato.
Where are you?
Is it back?
No.
Feel, why do you do this? Well, we've kind of stream anyway, so let's get back to. Well, Philo's already killed the camera, so yeah. That's Philo's. That's Philo's. I've had enough. Shut it down. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'll put some photos up in the Discord tomorrow of the cakes. I might even try and go to the supermarket tomorrow, so if I got more strawberries, so I can finish off the creme brulee. Yeah, so these recipes, I will put them up at some stage during the week. They'll be printable. So I'll do that. Other than that, I have to disappear off camera so I can read my thank you list. Well, that's it. Okay. Is that it? So Rachel's the first one. That wasn't correct.
Last there was Cincinnati. Yes, last one was Soba.
So thank you to Reach for resub, Shaldini for the raid at post, and thank you to anonymous person for gifting Zombo a sub. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night with pick someone, as I said. But thank you for hanging around. I will check the VOD out and see if there's any improvements I can make other than Philo not been plugging the Elgato. And if you've missed any of this, I probably will end up uploading this as an archive video on YouTube. Probably won't do any editing to it other than putting an intro outro on for YouTube. And yeah, the recipes I'll put in the Discord sometime this week. So yeah, if you've got any questions and you haven't asked them during the stream, just DM me or ask in the Discord. I'm probably going to make a Discord channel specifically for this and put the recipes in there.
Bubbles.
Oh, hi Bubbles. I'm just about to wrap up.
Have good moments. Do you want me to do the stream getting early?
How are we looking?
We've got 26 minutes. That's good.
Yeah, go early. We should be right. So we're just going to stream captain and then we will go to my end screen and find someone to raid. So if you want to hang around for the raid, that'd be amazing. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. This is something that a few people have wanted me to do for a very long time. If it ends up being popular or people have enjoyed it, I might end up making it a once a month thing because it is a bit of a pain to set up. We had to move the entire stream set up to the kitchen. So yeah. Other than that, we'll just wait and see what happens with stream rates. Philo, no, not the tables. My God. I'll go.
15 to 12 allies. I'm sorry, 15 allies, 12. Oh, 10 allies, 9 enemies.
A bit close. We got any epic blood? How's it going?
10 allies, still 4 enemies. 3 enemies. 2 enemies. 1 enemy.
I think we've got it.
Yeah. There you go. 7 allies, 0 enemies.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And we've got 1 here going to battle.
Alright guys, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna go to our end to my end stream screen. Stick around for the raid. We're just gonna find someone to raid. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. It's been fun.
Hi guys.
Bye.